if you are the Atlanta Hawks and you know you play like that, even without Giannis, you're going to make this series over. And I think they're going to do it again on the road. Of course, it's a lot more comfort playing at home, but now going on the road and knowing that, man, if we get into a Game 7, a winner-take-all, even if we win that, we're going to be mentally and physically worn out and playing a team in Phoenix that is hot right now, that is mentally and physically rested. If you're the Atlanta Hawks, you can't fool around, and they know that in the Game 6. But I think if you're the Milwaukee Bucks, you really can't fool around. That's why I think this series is going to be over in 6. I want a Game 7 because I love Game 7s. But I think Milwaukee Bucks know that if we fool around, we may win this series, but we may not win the championship that we want to get to. And I think that's why they're going to put it away in 6 when Saturday night rolls around.
If you're the Milwaukee Bucks, Freddie, and you're looking ahead to an NBA final against the Phoenix Suns, you've already lost because you're not paying attention to the Atlanta Hawks going home in their own stadium. You know how jacked up how Atlanta going to be, whether Trae Young plays or not. They beat the Milwaukee Bucks without Trae Young in Game 4 at home. When they had their top dog, I can't see no way possible that the Milwaukee Bucks can duplicate what they did last night in Game 5, again in Game 6 with all 4 of those guys and 5 of those guys stepping up to the plate. I can't see where Brook Lopez all of a sudden has 30-plus points. Yeah, Middleton may do well, but do you expect Jrue Holiday to drop 25 points to set the tone again? Do you expect for Bobby Portis to play the way that he did on the road in hot Atlanta against the Atlanta Hawks team led by Nate McMillan, who's going to make that 48-hour adjustment? He's going to out-coach Coach Bud this time around. Look, the smart thing that Milwaukee did in this game is they pounded the ball down low. But we haven't seen them do that on a consistent basis. So there's nothing there that tells me that the series is over. It's going to go to Game 7. It's going back to Milwaukee. And again, if the Bucks are looking ahead to the Suns, they've already lost because they lost the team that's in front of them, paying attention to a team that can potentially have rest. Makes no sense at all.
I think they should be looking ahead because if you're the Milwaukee Bucks, why are you going to extend yourself when you can put an opponent away? Because the ultimate goal is to win a championship. And I know you got to go things in incremental steps. I clearly understand where you're coming from, Keyshawn. But if you're the Milwaukee Bucks, you got to say this, we got to put this team away in Game 6. Of course, no one's expecting Bobby Portis to have the Bobby Portis experience again like we saw in Game 5, what he was able to do for the Milwaukee Bucks. And by the way, Brook Lopez made me look pretty smart. I said yesterday the most important player was Brook Lopez of Milwaukee Bucks. He had 33 points. For the first time in Freddie Coleman's life, he was smarter than the average Bear. So I'm not expecting that to happen in a Game 6. But I'm also not expecting that the Atlanta Hawks are going to be able to hopefully shoot the ball better in that Game 6. Milwaukee's defense has been really, really good. Now, Bogdanovich has been able to knock down shots. But Kevin Huerter, he's in a funk right now. John Collins, he's in a funk right now. Clint Capella had his soul taken away from him last night by Brook Lopez. That's not going to happen again, but I'm not expecting that the Bucks are going to come down that far and that the Hawks are going to raise their game that much up into Game 6.
Everything you just said, it's not going to happen. You don't expect for Brook Lopez to do this. You don't expect for them to do that. Then how are they going to win in Atlanta? Because I expect for the Atlanta Falcons to go back to the drawing board, make the necessary adjustments from Game 5. What did I say? The Falcons?
The
I
Falcons.
don't.
I'm in the NFL mode, too.
This is not the football team.
Falcons are making adjustments.
Key, I'm in NFL mode, too.
But when you think about it, I'm expecting the Hawks to go back to the drawing board with Nate McMillan and turn things around. You can't expect for them to play the same way, fall asleep at the wheel like they did in Milwaukee. I just don't see it in Atlanta, in a home stadium. I expected Milwaukee to play well. I didn't expect for some of the players to play as well as they did at home, but we all know that Chris Middleton had phenomenal games at home and out on the road. They're going back on the road again, and it's important, much like Nate McMillan said. It's a win or go home moment, and whenever you have a win or go home moment, that team at home usually rises to the occasion. The Milwaukee Bucks really have not blown out the Atlanta Hawks up until last night. Everything, for the most part, has been tight. They got away with one last night in terms of a blowout. For whatever reason, the Hawks didn't come to the party, but I anticipate that they come to the party again when they play at home in Atlanta and not in Falcon Stadium.
I know they're going to have some kind of freaknik going on with the Atlanta Hawks because of the holiday weekend and the barbecue on July 4th, but to bring some memory to your memory, the Bucks did beat the Hawks in Atlanta in Game 3, and Chris Middleton outscored them in a quarter. So they know they have the ability to go in their building and beat the Atlanta Hawks. You're right, Keyshawn. I'm not expecting that 4 guys going to be in double figures in the first half. but they may not need that because it's going to be a knockdown, drag-out battle. And also, by the way, we still don't know if Trae Young is going to play. Even without him or with him, the Bucks still a more talented team even without Giannis. That's why I believe that in a knockdown, drag-out game and with a potential elimination game, that they're going to close out Game 6. I want to be wrong. I want a Game 7, but I don't think I'm going to be wrong. I think this series is over by Saturday night.
Okay, Freddie, so you sound very convicted. Do you think that the Bucks should sit Giannis regardless of how he's feeling in Game 6 to rest him up for the finals if you feel so confident?
It's not about rest, Charlie and Key. It's about you can play. Key will tell you this. You can play hurt, but you can't play injured. Giannis is injured. Trae Young is injured. Both of those guys, we're not talking about just being hurt and a little boo-boo. Giannis has a hyperextended left knee, and we don't even know how severe that injury is. But it's severe enough that you can't put him out there. He may want to be out there, but why are you going to put a player out there in a compromised position when he's injured? So it's not about should they sit Giannis. If he's not healthy, you can't play that guy. I don't care if he begs and borrows and tries to plead his way in the basketball court. You're not doing yourself any kind of favor by putting him out there and maybe even worsening an injury. So it's not about should the Bucks sit Giannis in Game 6. They have no choice because he's injured. He's not hurt. Same thing with Trae Young. You can't put those guys out there and then you make an injury even worse just because you're trying to win a series or trying to win a championship.
Giannis shouldn't play at all. I've had a hyperextended knee before, and it's not fun. It takes a while to come back from. It does not feel good at all. You have no stability there. It has a little wobble to it. And the way that he plays with the Euro steps and the different things that he does with that particular leg, I don't see him playing. I'm not a doctor. Dr. Johnson's not available right now. But yet and
He
still,
stepped out for the holiday
I
weekend.
certainly, Charlie, don't see where he'll be able to play. And even if he was able to get out on the floor, he wouldn't be the same. He would be compensating. And why further injure yourself, especially when you're the franchise player?
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.